Hello everyone and welcome back to Abundant Automation. So let's keep on continuing with our robotic logistics network build-up task thing and see what we can actually do with our remaining roboports here. So we want to connect those two systems up. So I'm not actually that attached to this one over here. That doesn't need to be there. I kind of like the positioning of that one though, so I'm probably going to keep it. Let's see how it works out. So if we just keep on going at this level, I'm not really going to do much. Now let's try the following. So first we're going to make a little bit of room for Roboport here. Then we don't really have the obligation to go any further here. Although we might just do that, might we not? Let me take another one of these. So how much we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 between these. But it's only... oh yeah, of course. So we'll want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 between those and the next. And that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And I think that's going to be about the last one. Then we have 4 of these. I'm going to tell these down on the left of the center. The left of the center. We're going to have this part in the center empty. Then we'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the right side. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, let's try and connect these up. Now how do we do that? We can just slap a roboport here and be done with it. That would work. Could also... well, if we put it here, we can't really tile that down. It would need to be here, but that's not really workable either. So I think we'll just forgo the desire for symmetry for a minute here. And just worry about not getting in the way of some other stuff that's being produced here. So that means we can actually put a roboport just here in the center. And that's going to spring a lot of bots into action. So yeah, that was the connection. Obviously, so I'm just gonna put all of those to work too. And now those are... I'm gonna try to empty all of these active providers that I put up as a means of trashing items. So I'm wondering if this is gonna pose any problems to our power supply, because obviously we're gonna use quite a bit of power for charging these then, but it does look kind of alright. Now let's just... maybe we'll have a blackout just for a minute before dawn, but I hope not. In fact, let's keep science off for a minute. We're not really gaining anything by doing science right now. Okay. So that's this linked up. There's not really any need to put any more roboports in here. This coal thingy is inside the system. Let's also think about those up here. Now I want the center portion here to remain empty. So what I'll do is just go up here. Like this, question mark. 1 and 2. Yeah, we did plan it like that. So Oh, that's one hell of an old setup there. Well, let's just keep on using it for the time being. We can worry about modernizing all of this once we actually get to blue belt furnaces. Alright, so this will connect that up. And we can also... Oh, that's a shame, that doesn't quite reach. So we'll put the next one in there. And for the time being, let's just keep on with this. So up here there won't be any furnaces to hinder us from doing what we want to do. In fact, let's just take all of this. There's lots of things here that don't need to be here anymore. Static defenses. No need. This isn't doing anything anymore. Although let's try not to sever our oil connection here. Alright, that little bit of copper there, I think I'll just leave it where it is. I might very well be completely destroying power supply. No, not really. Alright, we'll connect that up in a minute. Let's first remove all of this. Clear the whole area up a bit. Can also remove this kind of a disgrace here. Ah, and would you look at this. That's helpful logistics spots taking away my trash. Just the way I like it. Alright, there we go. That's those remnants gone, and now there's also no need to keep all of these power poles here. Those we do need. Now we'll have a closer look at the power situation up here. Or the power grid rather. And what we can do is take this large pole here, connect it up down there, and that looks rather neat. So we'll take it. Alright, I think this is about a nice place for a generic roboport. Let's also have one here. Now we could do two-sided, but we don't really need it. I mean, we're not doing bot-based unloading, so there's no need whatsoever to put stupid amounts of roboports next to our stations. Alright, we somehow managed to cut off... Wait, what? Ah, alright, so we did sever the connection here. Yes, that's better. Did just for a minute create two separate power grids there, but didn't even notice because essentially one half of the base was powered by solar and the other half was powered by our steam engines up there. So yes, that's certainly something. Now this one's outside of reach here. Can we just, yeah, we can just fit the contents into our pockets. And then we can come down here again. I want to, well, not trash every one of you. Now let's just do the active provider approach again. Trash all of this that we don't need. Ah, it's marvelous. I like it when the robotic network springs into action. Okay, so there's still a lot of small things we need to do. One of which being this whole business. We can just take our trusty little replacement active provider. Alright, so that's this. Secondly, let's deal with the refueling situation. So I suppose we have quite a sizable quantity of wood in the system as of now. Or don't we? We do have this thing. Let's just search for wood. It's only 700. That's very curious. Oh yeah, no. It's actually not most of it in here. Even though those chests do need to be emptied. Where did I put all of my wood? That's the reason that it's still in some left alone chest out in the wilderness. For example, I do remember one down there. It's also the the victory belts you can see on the map there. But yeah, I think that this is a wood chest right there. But that's fine. We don't really need vast quantities of wood. But what I want to do with the wood is put in place a system in which we use wood over coal when fueling our trains. So how would this look? What would that look like? So we will... Alright, so you will request a stack of wood, which will be delivered to you. Well, let's even do 3 stacks of wood, so that we can fuel one whole train. Right, and then you obviously will request 3 stacks of coal. And then you will always try to insert, so that wood takes priority, and you will only do your insertion if we have less wood than, oh, I don't know, let's say 100 or 150. Less wood than 150. So what's gonna happen is any amount of wood that's in requester chests, or any item that's in requester chests, doesn't count as an item that's in the logistics system. So what's gonna happen is if there's no additional supply, the smart inserter for coal will start to work. Right now it's not refueling anything. So that's pretty much exactly the way I wanted to. Let's just copy this one. Also implant it over here. Now we have a slight problem with this one. Is it too much though to fix? Would look like it. It would look like it. How did we... Oh, we didn't. We did not. Oh, well, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Let's just cut this. And how exactly did we do this down here? It's a space of 2. So just there. Yeah, so let's redo a bit of this. Sever the OR connection here for a minute. Right, so you will be according to plan. Ooh, Jesus. So much for paying attention. And what we also could do is just do that one. I think that would be the most clinical, actually. Yeah, let's go with that. No need to worry ourselves too much there. Alright, so this and that. And then all the rest just connected up again. It's just a little bit off center with the underground belts there, but well, can't really be bothered. Alright, so that's 2 stations. Let's also do the same with this there oil station down here. So that's this, and now we just need yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? But I tend to put a lot of value, an overly large amount of value into things that don't really matter. But that's just how it works. Put you back in place. You will reach all of the chests. And yes, so that's now a system that'll allow us to fuel our trains of wood if we have enough wood, and fuel them of coal if we don't. And that's pretty much exactly what I want to do. On the fueling front. And let's also get rid of all these. I do wonder, do we have a place? Do we have a place set up where we actually put coal into the system? I mean, we quite possibly did just supply it of these random bits and bobs that were flying about the place. So coal would come from here. Living the dangerous life there. Zoomed in on the thingies. So yeah, just the other day, which, well, it will be the other day when this video goes live, but just today I read the Friday facts considering the logistics changes, or the what's going to be in the 0.13 patch, and I was delighted to see an example picture of a safe train line crossing where you can essentially wire up gates to a circuit network, and only so you would have like a section like this one over here. You would have like gates running the way I'm facing right now, gates here and there, and then gates across the rails. And you could wire it up in a way that the passenger, or the passenger thingies, the passenger gates, only open when the block underneath the rail, the block that's on the crossing, isn't reserved by a train. And vice versa, if these gates are open, so that means if a player is in the vicinity, then a train can pass in here. Which will make for quite a nice change. Admittedly, it's also going to take some part of the tension out of the game, but, well, we'll see about implementing those. I was definitely quite amused by seeing the effort put into gates there. Definitely a well received change. Alright, so our logistics expansion is coming along quite nicely. I think the 250 logistics spots that we have right now will be more than enough for this base. And next up on the menu, now there's still small things that we need to do all over the base. So I'm still seeing some steel chests there. I don't think we set up all of the upgrade chains correctly yet. So the requesting of low-level items, let me just briefly... Yeah, that's only a smart chest down there. Down there with the belts. So we're definitely gonna have a look at that too. And then hopefully arrive at what's gonna be pretty much the final form of the logistics delivery system throughout our base. And then we can finally start using these juicy logistics slots there. But yeah, that what we have here is gonna have to do us for this episode. So as always, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Discrimed, and I shall see you soon.